Stop, before you add the Huawei E5577 to your cart, hear me out. The Huawei E5577 promises pocket-sized 4G LTE up to 150 Mbps, easy plug-and-play internet for up to 10 devices, and all-day battery life in a tiny travel router. Either we've reached portable internet nirvana or we're about to step into tech roulette. On paper, Cat4 LTE speeds, a 1.45-inch screen, app control, and external antenna ports sound criminally generous for the price. But here's the thing, a lot depends on which submodel you get, what bands your carrier uses, and how you actually use it. I spent 2 weeks testing an unlocked E5577 across city, suburbs, and a highway trip. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Here's what the E5577 promises to do. Give you reliable 4G LTE internet anywhere with simple setup, share that connection with multiple devices, and keep running for hours away from outlets. Key marketing points you'll see. Up to 150 Mbps download and 50 Mbps upload on LTE Cat4. Supports 10 or more devices over Wi-Fi. Long battery life, often advertised as 6 to 12 hours. Global unlocked compatibility and easy app-based management. Sounds perfect for travel and backup internet, right? Pretty bold claims for a budget hotspot, but here's where things get complicated. Reality check. They claim 150 Mbps LTE. What you actually get is highly variable and in most real-world cases far lower. Here's why. The E5577 is LTE Cat4, which means no carrier aggregation. You're riding a single band. That 150 Mbps figure is a theoretical maximum under perfect signal with clean spectrum. In practice, my tests on a major US GSM carrier MVNO peaked around 60 to 70 Mbps outdoors in a strong signal zone and averaged 20 to 40 Mbps in the city. Indoors, it dipped to 5 to 25 Mbps depending on band and building. Meanwhile, a Cat12 phone hotspot in the same spot pushed well over 100 Mbps thanks to aggregation. Let's be real. Cat4 is fine for email, Zoom, and streaming HD, but it is not a speed demon in 2026. They claim it supports 10 devices. What you actually get is usable performance for about 3 to 5 devices under active use. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. You might connect 10 laptops and phones, but the single Cat4 backhaul plus a 2.4 GHz 802.11n Wi-Fi radio becomes the bottleneck. The Wi-Fi link rate may show 72 to 150 Mbps, but real throughput over 2.4 GHz is often 30 to 80 Mbps at best. Split that among multiple streams and you're courting buffering. They imply long battery life. What you actually get depends on the battery variant and condition. Many E5577 units ship with a 1500 mAh removable battery. That's roughly 5 to 6 Wh. Under a realistic 1 to 2 W average draw with moderate use, you're looking at about 4.5 to 6 hours of continuous use. Light use and aggressive sleep can stretch it, sure, but the 10 to 12 hour marketing line, that assumes near idle conditions. Push it with streaming or spotty signal and it runs warm and drains fast. They say global compatibility. Here's where things get interesting. The E5577 comes in multiple submodels with different LTE bands like EU-focused or Asia-focused variants. If you buy the wrong one, you might miss critical bands for your carrier. For example, some variants lack popular North American bands while others skip certain European bands. Sellers often don't list the exact submodel, which is a recipe for expensive confusion. No band 66, no band 71, no 5G, and no carrier aggregation means coverage and speed can nosedive depending on where you are. They tout easy management. Reality, setup is simple through the web UI or Huawei's High-Link app, but you're stuck on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi and micro USB charging in 2026. That's dated. Also, antenna ports are TS9, which is fine, but you'll need adapters. The plot twist, some units are refurbished or old stock, so battery health varies wildly. Speeds and Wi-Fi. Outdoors and strong signal, I consistently saw 35 to 70 Mbps down and 10 to 25 Mbps up with latency in the 35 to 60 ms range. Indoors, speed could swing from 5 to 30 Mbps. Streaming a single 1080p video was fine. 2 simultaneous HD streams started to stutter when signal dropped. Over Wi-Fi, the 2.4 GHz only radio means more interference, especially in apartments and hotels. In back-to-back tests, my phone's dual-band hotspot beat it handily on both throughput and stability. Battery life: with a healthy 1500 mAh pack, I averaged roughly 5 hours of active use, 2 to 3 days on standby with the radio idle. In weak signal zones, it heated up and dropped to around 3.5 to 4 hours. If you snag a unit with an older or knockoff battery, expect less. Micro USB charging at around 5V1A means slow top-ups and no modern fast charge. Compatibility in bands. Here's what nobody tells you. The E5577 name covers multiple band sets. Some submodels are great for parts of Europe and Asia, but lack key North American bands. Others are the reverse. If the listing doesn't specify the exact submodel and supported bands, you are gambling. I tested an EU-leaning model. It worked on one US GSM carrier but lost coverage depth in buildings and rural areas compared to a Cat6 hotspot with broader bands. If you travel internationally, this band roulette can ruin a trip day. Build and usability. The unit is pocketable. The tiny display shows SSID, data used, and signal bars, and the web UI is straightforward. The two TS9 antenna ports helped in fringe areas with a cheap MIMO antenna, nudging RSRP and SINR up enough to stabilize video calls. But it's still stuck on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, no 5 GHz, and there's no modern security extras or VPN features. Some listings gloss over that it's 4G only, which matters if you expected future-proofing. One more red flag: a lot of marketplace listings blend old reviews from different submodels, and some battery life claims push 12 hours without clarifying usage. Always check the bands and model code, not just the name. Verdict: skip for most people in 2026. If you absolutely need a cheap, basic travel hotspot and you can confirm the exact submodel matches your carrier's primary bands, then buy with caution. Pros: compact, simple setup, removable battery, external antenna ports, often inexpensive if you find the right listing. Cons: outdated Cat4 speeds, 2.4 GHz only Wi-Fi, micro USB charging, inconsistent band support by variant, and real battery life closer to half the marketing fluff. If you find it under a rock-bottom price and only need email, maps, and occasional streaming, it's serviceable. Otherwise, save your money for a modern Cat6 or Cat12 hotspot, or use your phone's dual-band hotspot. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below or tell me what hotspot you want me to stress test next. Next up, I'm comparing a budget Cat6 travel router to a flagship hotspot to see if the price gap is justified. Until then, test before you trust.